Bill arrives at Spencer Publications and decries Wyatt just hanging out with Shauna. Wyatt protests, "We're waiting for Flo." Bill crabs they should just fill the place up with Fultons instead of maybe getting some work done. Wyatt explains Katie called Flo over to Forrester Creations and they don't know why. They debate whether the Logans may have changed their minds and Wyatt recaps why it meant so much to Flo to be accepted by her father's family. Bill flip out B&B. Shauna hopes Bill will embrace her daughter another chance as it won't be too long before Wyatt pops the question. Wyatt wants to focus on what's happening now, it's what Flo has wanted for so long. At Forrester Creations, Flo thanks everyone, including Ridge, for the job offer. Ridge is happy to help any way he can. Carter enters and Ridge introduces him to the new hire, while Brooke chimes in that she's also the newest member of the Logan family. Carter thinks it's nice seeing family come together. Katie wants Flo's help in PR working with Paris on the foundation. Flo thanks Ridge again before following the women out. Once alone, Carter wants to know how that happened. Ridge is more interested in hearing about his conversation with Zoe. Carter was prepared to move on but then Zoe came to talk to him and apologized. Ridge guesses he wants to give the engagement another shot. Carter laments that the woman he loves has feelings for someone else. He wanted a life with her but Zoe wanted to see if she could have a future with Zent. In the studio, Zent's telling Paris how amazing she is when Zoe appears. Her sister quickly realizes something's wrong. Zoe panics that her relationship with Carter is dangerously close to being over. She has to convince him not to end their engagement. Katie arrives with Flo, who greets Zoe and is introduced to Paris and Zent. Paris welcomes Flo to the team. Flo tells Zoe it was good to see her before leaving with Katie. Paris asks Zoe if that was the Flo. Zoe confirms it. Zent remarks on how forgiving people around there can be. Zoe swerves back to Carter and decides she needs to do whatever it takes to get him back. Once alone, Zent takes Paris off, he has a surprise for her. Flo Grand Studio B&B. Flo returns to Spencer Publications and shares her good news. Bill throws his hands up and warns Wyatt to save the celebrating for home before as he leaves the office. Shawn is thrilled for her daughter. Once alone, Wyatt and Flo go over the beauty of second chances and their prospects for the future. Zoe uses her key to let herself into Carter's loft. Soon, Carter arrives to find Zoe descending the staircase in a gorgeous green gown and saying, "Welcome home." Carter's stunned as she reminds him he proposed to her right there. Zoe loves him and wouldn't have accepted his proposal if she didn't. She's sorry for hurting him and knows he still loves her. They can still have the future they were planning. It can all begin right now. Zoe green gown surprise. At the Forrester mansion, Zent wants Paris to put work out of her mind and focus on herself for a change. He wants to spend some time with her. She thinks it's a sweet surprise. He assures her there are more coming. Wyatt explained that Katie Logan, Heather Tom, had called Flo Fulton, Katrina Bowden, to Forrester Creations and that he didn't know why. Bill said that Katie could be very persuasive, and Shauna piped up and said that she hoped Bill could give Flo another chance, too, since it was only a matter of time before Wyatt popped the question. Meanwhile, over in the Forrester Creations CEO office, Flo told Brooke Forrester, Catherine Kelly Lang, Katie, Donna Logan, Jennifer Garris, and Ridge Forrester, Dorston K., that she was grateful for the new job. Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, entered the room and met Flo, who Katie said was going to help her in PR. Katie, Donna, Flo, and Brooke left the room, leaving Carter to talk with Ridge. Ridge wanted to know what was going on with Carter and Zoe Buckingham, Kiara Barnes, and Carter lamented about how he didn't know what to feel. Ridge asked what Carter wanted, and Carter griped that Zoe had feelings for Zent Forrester Dominguez, Del Nemetz. In the Forrester Creations backstage area, Paris Buckingham, Diamond White, was getting compliments from Zent when Zoe walked in upset. Zoe fumed about how she tried to talk to Carter and that she messed things up completely and didn't want to lose Carter. Zoe seemed to get an idea, saying that she needed to show Carter how much he meant to her. Just then, Flo and Katie walked in and Flo got introduced to Paris and Zend. Paris said that she looked forward to working with Flo, and after Flo and Katie took off, Paris realized that Flo was the person who conspired with Zoe about Beth Spencer, River Davidson and Madeline Valdez. Zend thought that if Flo could get a second chance, then maybe Carter could give Zoe a second chance, too. Later, Zend and Paris talked alone, and Paris worried about what Zoe might be planning for Carter. Zend told Paris that she should not worry for the rest of the day, and that he had a surprise planned. "Come on, let's go," Zend urged. Back at Spencer Publications, Flo returned and told Bill, Shauna, and Wyatt about her new position at Forrester Creations. Everyone was happy, even Bill, although he did bluster a bit about how Wyatt needed to get back to work. Wyatt and Flo spent a little time together alone, and Flo gushed about how they were going to have a happy future together. Wyatt beamed. At Carter's loft, Zoe entered and went upstairs. Later, Carter walked in and found Zoe standing on the stairs in a gown. Zoe welcomed Carter home, and Carter looked mesmerized by Zoe's appearance. Zoe said some nice words, then said that she was sorry for hurting Carter, and that she knew he still loved her. "Our future can all begin right now," Zoe said. Carter looked unsure. Finally, at the Forrester mansion, Paris and Zend arrived. "We're the only ones here, consider this your oasis," Zend said, going on to say that he wanted Paris to focus on herself for the day. Paris thought that was thoughtful of Zend, who said that he wanted some alone time with her and that there were more surprises coming.